Lang, okay na. Okay. First is informative speech. This type of speech aims to get the listeners to know more about the topic. It is designed to enlighten or to instruct, as well as to increase their knowledge and understanding about the topic. So, the very main purpose for informative speech is to give information, to share knowledge about the topic that you as a speaker wanted to share to your audience or to your listener. Okay, this is the most commonly type of speech when it comes to a news and current affairs. So yung mga, if you're watching 24 Oras, like TV Patrol, and documentary series, these are forms of speeches wherein informative speech is being used in order to give instruction, like for example, yung sa mga balita na pinapalabas yung guidelines or protocols of the government that we need to follow. It's because of the pandemic, because of the presence of COVID-19. So that's an example of informative speech wherein uh, the authorities are giving instruction what should we what should the procedure that we need to follow. Mm, okay, so these are the following factors that you need to consider when it comes to delivering an informative speech. First is emphasize how listeners can benefit from the information. So if you're going to deliver an informative speech, you need to contextualize your message. It's something that your viewers or your listeners or the audience can get something from your message, meaning they can learn out of the message that is being delivered by you as a speaker. Next is relate the information to the interest of the audience. So it's very important that you need to catch the attention of the listeners. So one way to catch the attention of the listeners is to target their interest. You need to give something in your speech that can be uh, that is relatable to the audience. Audience can relate to. Then get the audience's participation. So you need to make the audience participate in your speech. It's like even though you are the speaker, it's very important that you need to involve them, such as asking questions, asking clarifications, or probing them if they learn something or if they get the idea of what you're trying to convey to them. So you need the audience to involve in your speech. You, you may ask questions. You may distribute a copy of the outline of the speech. It's like leaflet pa or anything for the audience uh, so that they can follow your message. Give the audience mental checklist to complete or quizzes to take. Like after delivering the speech, you may give an evaluation about um, about the speech you've delivered and other factors during the delivery of the speech, be it the eloquency or uh, the expertise of the speaker when it comes to delivering the topic of the speech. So these are the things that you may employ when it comes to um, trying to involve the audience in your speech. Ask questions, you probe, you ask clarifications, You distribute a leaflet about your speech and challenge the audience. Amen. By use visual aids, interesting anecdotes, and the like to make your speech more dynamic and appealing. So you may use visual aids if you want to emphasize your message so that they can have a mental picture of what you're trying to convey, or so that they have something to read while uh, they're listening to you, so that they can follow the notions and ideas that you are giving to them. Interesting anecdotes, like you share short stories with humor in order to draw laughter from the audience, para interactive, ganun. The next is persuasive speech. The aim of a persuasive speech is to influence the judgment, decision, and perspective of listeners on a certain topic, or to convince them to do a particular set of actions. Itong persuasive speech, uh, primarily it is used in order to influence other people, in order to convince them to believe on your stand or position about a particular topic, especially topics that are pressing issues in a society. Like you can use persuasive speech in order to convince them to side with you, or to appeal to them that to consider your point of view about a certain topic that you want to discuss. It can be used, itong persuasive speech, it can be used in many contexts, such as in debates, like you're trying to prove your point about the motion or about the topic in the debate, or even in during elections. Ganito siya. There are three types of appeals that you may use to develop a persuasive argument or case. So I remember our lesson in again, communication model, wherein we discussed the Aristotle model. So it's the same sa itong type of speech to, because you're going to use the three appeals according to Aristotle. First is we have logical appeal. Using a logical appeal entails applying sound reasoning to persuade listeners. There are two types of reasoning, the inductive and deductive. So in order to provide or perform a good persuasive speech, one of the things that you need to consider is to use logical appeals in your speech. It means that you need to provide reasonings or arguments with logical and sound judgments. And there are two types, the inductive and deductive. Say inductive reasoning, it refers to the presentation of evidence before stating the conclusion. In this type of reasoning, more facts and reasons are cited and are ultimately used to lead to the viewpoint and stand of the speaker. So in inductive reasoning, you may start first at uh, stating the facts, stating your arguments, supporting evidence in order to solidify your claims before you go to your conclusion. On the other hand, deductive reasoning starts the argument with a general principle or idea before moving on to specifics that illustrate or support the principle. So in deductive reasoning, you start with your general idea, with your general notion or your conclusion before you chunk all the details that can be used in order to support the conclusion in your speech. Next is we have psychological appeal. A psychological appeal works on the audience's needs, desires, motives, feelings, and concerns. So basically, when you use psychological appeal, you are targeting the emotions of your audience. So it's very important to invoke feelings in your speech in order for you to persuade them. Kasi remember, uh, people are not, humans are not just um, logical beings. We're more of affective, meaning emotional ta, so that it's easier for us to be persuaded when it comes to uh, targeting our emotions. So if you want to convince your audience, you need to target their psyche. Then we have personal appeal. A personal appeal is based on the speaker's reputation and influence on the audience. This appeal is effective when the speaker is accepted by the audience as authoritative, knowledgeable, or influential. The speaker's influence may be based on his or her position or on his or her knowledge of the topic or issue. So in personal appeal, it refers to your character as a speaker, your background, your expertise, the knowledge that you have about the topic that you're going to deliver. So it's also need to important to consider what's your stand about the issue that you're going to deliver, because possible you have different viewpoints from your audience. So you need to consider how you're going to construct or deliver your message so that those part of your audience that are against your position, a certain issue, can understand you. So ito yung um, Aristotelian appeals. The ethos, pathos, and logos. So ethos, your credibility as a speaker. Ito yung personal appeal. Say pathos, the emotion. It refers to the psychological appeal. Ito naman logos or logic. It refers to the psychological appeal. So ito yung three appeals that can be used in order to persuade people. And next we have entertaining speech. This type of speech is characterized by lightness in tone, good humor, and fun. It may come in the form of an after dinner speech or a toast of a well-known personality. On the whole, however, every speaker should know how to include bits of humor in his or her speech, regardless of the purpose. So when it comes entertaining speech, it is usually used like sa mga variety shows such as yung Showtime, Itbulaga, comedy sketch, sa mga comedy bar, yung mga stand-up comedian. This is the most commonly used type of speech being used sa ganun na context or situation. The main purpose is to deliver a humor, to make the audience laugh. Although it's very important in any type of uh, speech, you should know how to throw a good humor. Pero itong specific na type of speech na to is in order to draw the audience into laughter talaga. So to add some wit to your speech, you may do the following. Use puns or play with words. Like you're going to playful with your words. You're going to use words that have different meaning. It's different from yung mga green jokes. It's different from green jokes. Ito yung puns wherein you're going to use word pero meron siyang ibang meaning doon sa context. Use literal translation. Sometimes it's funny to use literal translations if something awkward or um, weird yung translations word. Focus on incongruities and inconsistencies. Ito yung you can make a joke out of an unfavorable situation. Like you can make jokes sa out of your problem or your negative situations. Ganun siya. But you need to be careful kasi sometimes it can be misunderstood by other people like you are being insensitive naman. So that's why when it comes to throwing jokes or having a humor, it's really a talent. Kasi alam mo kung paano mag-joke even though the situation is unfavorable. And play up the irony of the situation. So make jokes and playful quips. So it's up to you kasi um, uh, most of the interviews of the comedians, yun sila, throwing a good humor is really a talent. So sometimes uh, they devise a skit na pang comedy. Pero when it comes to yung mga impromptu na mga jokes, yan, it's really hard. Kaya talent siya. Ganun yung mostly may interviews ng mga comedian. Then that's the end of our discussion. Okay, do you have questions, clarifications, our discussion?
None.
Okay, na klaro.
Wala,
Okay, by the
sir.
way, yung module ipopost ko after this one. Ha? Para sa ngayon na week. And then, yung PT ninyo, si Sir Mark na lang akong ipa-follow up sa inyo, then I will ask Sir Mark. Pero meron tayong what do you call that? Peer evaluation kasi it's by group. It's unfair to the group leaders or those members na nagtrabaho tapos merong members na hindi nag-contribute. It's very important that you need to know how to collaborate with your group mates. So, wala nang questions, clarifications, or any concern? Wala. I think it's a wrap. That's it. So I'm going to end the virtual meeting na. Thank you very much, guys, for your cooperation. And that's it.